Well, portfolios are the first opportunity we get to see who you are as an individual applying to join one of our courses. So within the portfolios, we're looking for that sense of your identity. And then through the process of the portfolio and the conversation that happens in interview, the portfolio aids us in beginning to get a sense of who you are, what your interests are, and how you might work with us on our fine art programs here at the university. The interview process is an important process, and often it can be quite a scary process in the act of applying, but actually it's just to allow us to get to know who you are, and we like to conduct it in as an informal way as possible. Essentially, you're presenting the work that you're very, very familiar with, and you can't do more than that. And so it's our job, when we're interviewing you, to bring the best out of you. So hopefully that's not an intimidating process, and our students talk very favourably about the way in which we conduct that, and that actually afterwards it was all right.
The interview was fantastic. I was really excited to show my work, and it was brilliant because as I went through the process of it, the course leader could pick up on what I was trying to achieve, and was then able to tell me what facilities were available for me here and how I could then progress onto what I wanted to. So it was good. I knew that I was going to start and I was going to be able to sort of achieve my goals.
Well, there's a number of ways of approaching your interviews. I think the first thing to do is to prepare before you come. Use your art teachers at your secondary school or on your FE courses to ask you questions that you think you might be asked about your work when you come to interview. So you're familiar with that activity of being asked something and then having to respond to that. Actually preparing the portfolio so that you have notes, maybe a couple of bullet points that you keep to yourself that you might be able to use to talk about each of the pieces of work that you have in your portfolio. Not just to talk about the technical facility of developing the piece, but to tell us the story that goes along with having worked on, developed and realised a piece of work. I think one of the important things to do when you're structuring or organising your portfolio is to think about taking us on that journey through your set of experiences. But alongside that, and not just revealing obviously the quality of the work itself, to give us a sense of the way in which you interrogate ideas, the process of researching ideas that lead to the resolution of those ideas in finished pieces of work. So within the portfolio, it's also important to show sometimes journeys that you've been on that you feel haven't been quite as successful. Because in the process of interviewing and looking at the portfolio, we're trying to understand you as somebody that's capable of interrogating ideas, but also failing in respect to developing works of art. And sometimes projects that we do will do that. And so it's not to hide those away, but to show those and reveal those, and in doing that, to reveal the learning journey that you've been on. In terms of submitting your portfolio, there's various options. Some people will submit as part of an interview process here at the university, but often for international students, or students have a long way to travel to the university, they can also apply using our e-portfolio system online from our university website. So we look forward to receiving your portfolios and to hopefully meeting you in person, and then in the future hopefully joining us here at the University of the Creative Arts.